Yes, we did set very high standards last year. We will set high standards again this year. I suppose it's always more difficult to defend a championship than maybe to win one from someone else. But these lads are good professionals. They've learned a lot from last year. They work very, very well together, and it'll take a good team to beat us.
McNeil's major problem over the close season was with goalkeepers. Pat Bonner needed an operation to resolve a nagging back injury, and the Irishman, who had a superb European Championship, is facing a lengthy spell out of the game.
That looked an absolute certainty for Gary Lineker.
Ian Andrews was bought from Leicester for £300,000, and McNeil also managed to tempt Alan Ruff to Parkhead after the former Hibs keeper had gone to play for a team in Florida.
It was a tremendous surprise, but also a great honour that somebody like Celtic still thinks that I can still do a job in Premier football. Had been through at Hibs, and they had obviously made up their mind that I wasn't going to do it for them, and for Celtic to come in and ask me to come back is absolutely tremendous.
It's given you a fresh challenge, really, hasn't it?
It has, yes. As I say, before I left to go to America, I hadn't played any serious football for 4 months. So in theory, really, going to America was a new season for me, and coming back here has just topped it all off.
It's one of the biggest clubs in the world, and I just intend to do my very best.
You'll be looking forward to playing with some great players, Paul McStay, for example, as well.
Yeah, well, a club as big as this, they've all got, most of the players are great players. In fact, I'd say all of them. You don't win the cup and the league without having great players. So yeah, I'm going to learn something.
It'll be a difficult start for both of them in many, many ways, because they've come in some ways, I suppose, unprepared for the challenge that's ahead, because we didn't have them right at the start of pre-season training, but both have adjusted well. Ian settled in quickly. Good crowd of lads here, mind you, and I think Alan has had the benefit of playing right up to last week, as it were. So both of them are settled in quickly. Both of them, in Alan's case, certainly very experienced. In Ian's case, relatively well experienced. So they've settled in well, and I would think they will do all right.
One of the major factors in the Parkhead resurgence has been their vitality and extraordinary team spirit, emphasised by the man who epitomises Celtic's will to win.
Obviously we set standards last year which were better than everybody else. That's why we won the double. We've got to maintain those standards now. We've got supporters, and the players at the club demand success. We all know that, but that's the way the club is. It's the way it's always been. And I don't think it'll be too hard. We were looking to win the league again this year. That's our main ambition. And if anything comes along with it, then we'll accept it as well.
You don't feel any pressure really having to lead from the front now?
We're always in that position anyway. I mean, Celtic are always regarded as being one of the best teams, if not the best. We've set standards, as I say, last year. We know that everybody expects us to win things. Second best at this club isn't good enough. We've got to be winning things. I don't like the word pressure. I think if you're going to play at the top, you want to be able to handle the pressure. You've got to be able to handle that side of pressure. We've got a great appetite, and we'll handle the pressure.